I like Trigun a lot. I was put on the series by a friend who's it's their favorite series, like of all time. And I started by watching the anime. I really enjoy it, and I knew I was going to go through the rest of the series someday. And I mean, so Faust, here you go. I feel like I can't help comparing the manga to the anime, but I'm gonna do my best to talk about the manga on its own merits. That being said, it surprised me to see just how much the anime added in some areas, and I think a lot of it was for the better. Of course, the manga isn't worse for not having it, but the anime additions do help to improve and flesh out a lot of different scenes and characters at this point in the story. I was also surprised by how the manga moves so much faster, both in terms of what happens and in revealing the fact that everyone came to space, and a story of Knives and Vash and the escape pod after Rem's death. Although honestly, this could just be due to me missing that detail. Okay, I should be done talking about the anime now, I just wanted to get it out of the way. I have gotta mention the art in Trigun. It's one of the best parts of the series. Basically, every panel, every page is a treat to look at. And when Night Owl goes all out, it gets even better. The art has got to be some of my favorite out of basically like most of the series I've read. And honestly, it's a reason to read the series on its own. The panel and page composition is always super nice, whether it be how the panels like interlap, placement of text boxes, or how panels will like bleed out into the page, or it just makes every page just unique and interesting to look at, and I love it. I also like the characters, especially the main four. While I would say Meryl's probably still my favorite, I think that Vash is by far the most interesting and enjoyable, and he is definitely a key part of the series, both in terms of it being so good and just, I mean, the narrative and everything in general. And you know how so many artists will make their characters be like silly, but also like sad back story or like fuck with them or something like give trauma or whatever. Like like with OCs, for example. Vash kind of feels like that taken to extreme, and a happy character inflicted with like the sad, and it shows within Vash, as well as the story through his pacifism and how he has to grapple with death, both inflicting it, or rather him doing everything to avoid inflicting it, and it being inflicted onto others. I don't I don't really feel like we get to see the other three shine as much in Trigun, but I'm going to assume they get more spotlight in Trimax, which I am looking forward to reading. You can't really talk about Trigun without discussing the emotions it brings, and man, does it bring them. Whether it be, feeling bad for Vash since the things he had to endure in the past, or him, like, missing Rem, man, I don't think I can do it justice. I don't think I know how to put it into words. I just think it's really best to experience it firsthand. All in all, Trigun is worth reading, and I'm excited to see what transpires in Trimax. I'm not really sure what else to say besides experience Trigun for yourself. It's worth it.